Well, we don't know what the possibility can be, There's been reports on Pete Carroll. I don't like the idea, but personally, now that I think about it, you do want a coach who's got a lot of experience coaching this type of defense because this defense has been very effective. But looking at reports from Pete Carroll, he still has desire to coach. The situation just has to be perfect for Pete Carroll to go back to coaching. But the question is he willing to take a lesser role and go jump into the rival? Go back to his hometown, go back to the Bay Area where he grew up from. Go back to the old roots where he was coaching under George Seifert. Is he willing to take that kind of role? Going back to the old roots where he actually made his living. We don't know. But looking at reports, he was interested of taking the Chargers head coaching job. But he wasn't like in the candidate categories that the Chargers were looking for. But in a Seattle radio show, he said if the situation is right, he is open to return. He has desire to coach. But what's a perfect situation for Pete Carroll? The Niners. You want to get your revenge on a team that just fired you. You still have energy. You still have coaching in you. You didn't leave on your own terms. Seattle parted ways with you. So you want to still coach and you still want to prove to the city of Seattle that you still got it. Why not just join back to the Bay and give the city of Seattle a clear message like, hey, I can still coach. I want to coach. If you come to the Niners, we'll let you run your defense. I don't think Kyle Shanahan's going to question you, dude. Because you got the most experience, you got the resume, and you are the originator. This is not out of the question. You get Pete Carroll into the Bay, this defense is going to come back to the way it used to be. The George Seifert defense. The Legion of Boom. You bring Pete Carroll back in this coaching tree, this defense is going to play at a top level. Last year under Steve Wilkes, it kind of declined. I think with Pete Carroll, you're going to get better results. There's not an other coaching candidate who can actually perfect the scheme than Pete Carroll. It just has to be the right situation. I'm not saying that I'm good with the idea, but it's never say never. If the guy has no desire to retire, why not just give him a job? Let him prove something. Hey, Seattle kind of let him go on terms he didn't want to retire yet. So if he still has desire to coach, it doesn't hurt to give him a job. I mean, come on. We'll see. I'm not saying that we should hire him. I'm just saying that it could make a lot of sense to bring in a guy who actually is running that defense, You always want to have somebody who knows the defense pretty well. The guy's the originator. You would be foolish to turn down this. And it's not like he probably wants more. It's probably not like he wants the entire control. He probably wants to just have control of defense. I think he just wants to have control of the defense. I don't think he needs to have too much pressure. I mean, he can just come to the Niners and just coach for a little while, build this defense, and get it to the Super Bowl. And then he can retire whenever he wants to retire. And he can get an extra ring and hit on the sunset and just retire in good health. That can be the good story for Pete Carroll. Just take us to the promised land as a DC. And this could end on a good story. He can have a huge part of winning one with the Seahawks and actually winning as an assistant with the Niners. Pete Carroll's always been an energized coach. Even for a guy like his age, you would think, how much energy does this guy have? I think he still has energy in this game. So I'm not saying that it's a bad idea. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm kind of like 50-50. Let me know what y'all think. Should we get Pete Carroll? Let me know.